I might be a little off base here, but I'm gathering that if you have done any kind of business work as a professional, you have been corrected at some point. Or if you are a manager, part of your job is to discipline your employees. And when I say discipline, I do not want that to have a negative connotation at all. It's just that you are guiding your employees for the right way to do things, or the way that the policies and procedures are laid out. So I think we all have those periods, but sometimes our correction can get a little off. And that's what we're going to talk about today in Challenge Me Monday. I'm Wanda Thibodeau. I am the host of the Faithful on the Clock podcast. And today's challenge verse is Jeremiah 10, verse 24. And that says, "Correct me, Lord, but only with justice, not in your anger, lest you reduce me to nothing." Okay, so the idea with this verse is that there is a good way to approach correction, right? Correction is not a bad thing. You need it sometimes, okay? That's how we learn. But if you approach it the wrong way, it can really do damage to the relationship that you have with the other person, okay? And it's not going to teach them anything, okay? So you really have to be careful. If you let your emotions get the best of you, if you, you're so mad that you issue a discipline that is far beyond the offense, that's where you start to have problems. So the first challenge that I'm going to give you is when you start to get angry and you know that there's a point that needs to be disciplined, I want you to give yourself 5 minutes, just take 5 minutes and walk away from the situation for a little bit, just to give yourself enough time to cool down emotionally and get back cognitively online so that you can actually think about the situation and whether or not you are actually being fair and objective with what's going on, okay? So that's the first point. The second point that I want to make is that ask yourself how the discipline is going to make that person grow. It cannot be about dominance or power. The minute that you make it about those two things, you're in the wrong place, okay? Anytime that you have a discipline, it needs to be able to help somebody move forward, okay? So ask yourself if the discipline that you are going to issue is going to help the person in that way. If it's not, you're probably off, okay? And then the last thing is to seek feedback from the people that are around you before you correct, because sometimes the points that we want to use for correction, like the level of discipline that we want to use, is skewed because of our own experience or because of the emotions that we're having. We think it's fair, and in reality, it's totally off. So getting some feedback can kind of, ground you a little bit and make sure that you're not going too far, and that you're not just, acting based on how you're feeling and the experiences, and the biases that you have, okay? So think about those couple of things if you have discipline. If you are getting disciplined, just be patient with the people who are trying to teach you, and be open with it about if you think that things are not fair through that, and explain why, okay? Sometimes we have to be open to the fact that we have done some things wrong, okay? So that's the challenge for this week. As always, please join us for the Zoom at 6 o'clock on Thursday. I would love to have you participate in that. Either way, there are discussion questions that are downloadable for free up top. Just use the links up there. You can RSVP for the Zoom for free as well. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.